And so I really want to say thank you to everyone who is here from the media, from small business, other organizations for our event today to help talk about Small Business Week here in Alberta and the importance of small businesses in our province. Events like this give us an opportunity to really celebrate the entrepreneurship that we see in our province that is so key to life here in Alberta. It helps with our economy, it helps with our community, and Small Business Week gives us an opportunity to appreciate that. For years, Small Business Week has taken place in the third week of October, and I'm so happy to be here at Haweli.
Thank you.
Fabulous establishment to celebrate once again. Now, I'm not going to say too much more because we have, of course, our Minister of Economic Development and Trade here, Minister Darren Bellis, and I am going to turn the floor over to him. Darren.
Thrilled to be here on behalf of Premier Rachel Notley and with three of my government colleagues. But thank you for hosting us here at Haweli. We're very honored to be here. As Minister Gray had mentioned, we're on the traditional territory of Treaty 6 and Métis lands. And today is very, very exciting because we are kicking off Small Business Week. And many of you know this, that Alberta small businesses inject more and have a bigger economic impact than businesses anywhere in Canada. It is absolutely significant. Our small businesses in the province really are the backbone of our economy. And I can tell you that Alberta is the backbone of the Canadian economy. So thank you to you for being small business owners, for taking a risk on an idea. And that's one of the reasons that makes Alberta and Alberta entrepreneurs, I think, special, is that we have some of the most talented, creative people in the country here in our province. And we know that when you start a small business, you're all in. You invest all of your time, you make sacrifices that affect and impact your family, because you are taking a chance and you know that there's an incredible opportunity. And so we are very proud to be part of the government of Alberta that recognizes the significant contribution that small businesses make to our communities, to our neighborhoods, and to our province. We know that Alberta small businesses inject about $100 billion into our communities every year. That is absolutely significant. We also know that small businesses create hundreds of thousands of jobs here in the province. Now, again, as I mentioned, you as a small business owner and an entrepreneur take significant risk to pursue your dreams. And that takes a certain courage, but I'm very proud of the fact that Albertans are a very courageous, innovative group of people. And this year alone in 2018, over 26,000 businesses have been incorporated, which is significant. We know that your hard work, and thanks to your hard work, the province is coming out of a recession, one of the worst recessions in generations. And we have led the country in economic growth last year at 4.9%. Alberta is poised to lead Canada in 2018 and in 2019 in GDP growth. And who is really driving that? Of course, you are, our small businesses. Now, we want you to continue to grow and to thrive. And so we have, with your help and in consultation with businesses and business organizations, introduced a number of programs that will help our businesses grow and thrive, whether you're a startup or you're an established business. So one of the first things that we did was we cut the small business tax rate by 1/3. Now, I can tell you, Alberta has the second lowest small business tax rate in the country. We are second only to Manitoba. And I want to point out that Manitoba's small business tax rate is 0 and was introduced by Premier Dewar, a New Democrat government in Manitoba that reduced the small business tax to 0. Alberta is second. We know that taxes are very, very important to be able to reinvest into hospitals and schools for the infrastructure that businesses need to be successful. But we also have ensured that Albertans pay the lowest taxes in the country. And I mean by a mile. The next lowest tax jurisdiction is Saskatchewan, and Albertans pay $11 billion less in taxes than Saskatchewan. We have incredible competitive advantages. As I mentioned, we have some of the most skilled and knowledgeable workforce in the country. We are the youngest and fastest growing province in the country, with incredible post-secondary institutions and higher learning, as well as incredible opportunities for people here in the province. We also introduced not long ago a special program for immigrant entrepreneurs, because we recognize that immigrant entrepreneurs face challenges above and beyond other entrepreneurs. And so we reestablished a program that, quite frankly, was cut by the previous government. Another program that I was very proud to stand with Minister Gray to introduce was the self-employment training program. That was, when you talk to a number of entrepreneurs, they'll tell you that mentorship, that training, is the difference between a successful business and a business that goes out of business. That was another program that previous governments cut, but Minister Gray and I announced that program would be restored, and it was Minister Gray that restored that program. The uptake has been very, very successful. In fact, there have been thousands of Albertans that have participated, and so we're very proud of that. And of course, we've also introduced a number of programs to help Alberta entrepreneurs access new markets through our export expansion program. We have funded incubators around the province, which of course is an opportunity for entrepreneurs to meet with new entrepreneurs, to meet with those that are experienced, to learn from them, to gain mentorship, to help them be more successful. We've increased access to capital. We've introduced 3 tax credits: an investor tax credit, which helps Albertans invest in companies in their own backyard; a capital investment tax credit, which has generated over $2 billion of new activity in the province and created thousands of jobs. And recently we introduced the interactive digital media tax credit. In addition to those, a number of programs, from helping businesses become more energy efficient to driving down their costs so that you can save money or inject it back into your business, because we know that small business owners put every penny that you have back into your business. And we want to help you save more money to be able to invest more and continue to grow and thrive. I can tell you that we will continue to listen to your ideas, to look at ways that the government of Alberta can support you and support our small businesses across this province. And if you're curious about some of the programs I've mentioned, I encourage you to visit jobsplan.alberta.ca.
Thank you so much, Minister Billis. At this point, I'd like to introduce our host, owner of Haweli South Edmonton Commons, Ramesh. If you would mind, please sharing a few of your thoughts.
Thanks so much. Thank you, everyone, be here.
Thank you.
As a Alberta small business owner, I'm very proud to live in Edmonton, Alberta, because of the low tax, no PST, higher minimum wage that attracts more people to our province. Everyone asks, all the customers ask, okay, is the minimum wage affect you or not? I said no, because I will get more customer later on. Right now, probably yes. Maybe later on, it will help us, and probably no labor shortage, because lots of employees come from other provinces. And then also it helps, government helps a small business from the tax cuts and everything. That's all I want to say. Thank you so much.
It's because of support from small business owners like Ramesh that we are going to be able to continue to help Alberta be successful and to make life better for all Albertans. And so, as a final note, I would just like to say that As our government has had the backs of workers through increasing the minimum wage and updating labor codes and workplace standards, we also have the backs of small business owners. As Minister Billis has just outlined, our government continues with a number of initiatives to support small business owners, everything from the decreasing small business tax, cutting that by a full third, to reintroducing programs like the Summer Temporary Employment Program, a program that's very important for young people to be able to get work experience. It was cancelled by the previous government. Our government not only reintroduced it, but made it available to business for the first time. Something that helps both business owners who are looking for the skilled work during the summer and the students who are looking for experience. And it's so great to hear Ramesh speak of knowing that when you pay a worker a living wage, not only do you know that that worker is able to put food on their own table at night, but you know that that worker is likely to come and spend their money as a customer at your business or another, because every person's employee is somebody else's customer. And I think that's a really important part to remember as we talk about the increasing minimum wage, because I've certainly heard from too many people struggling to make ends meet while working hard full-time jobs. And that's something that I've been talking about a lot recently. And so I really am so pleased to hear support for that policy, which impacts parents, impacts women, and hardworking people who are our friends and neighbors. And so I'm very excited that we were able to come and host some of this discussion. I understand that there are going to be some questions, and we'd like to invite them now. Thank you very much, everyone. Well, thank you for that question. The decision on where government advertising is going is one that Minister Billis and I can certainly inquire about. I know my own constituency office. In trying to reach Millwoods residents, we often work with our local media because we know that that's how we can reach more people and support local business. On a government-wide basis, how government does purchasing can often be a challenge, and we're happy to ask more questions about that. So thank you.
Right, and so I can tell you that we do work closely with the federal government. I engage with my counterparts on a regular basis, and so the Alberta Ministry of Economic Development and Trade, we actually have I have four federal counterparts that I work with, and we're in constant conversations about ways to enhance supports for our businesses and economic opportunities. And so, my message to any Indian small business owner or entrepreneur in India would be to reach out to the Alberta office to see what supports are available to help them if they are looking at coming to Alberta and setting up shop here in the province.